All right, hello everyone. We are back. Hole number 3 here. We're going to do a revision 4. So I'm just trying to think in terms of length plus, everything backspin. I'm going to set up my bag a little bit, favorable for backspin. So, I don't necessarily need Houdini-like backspin, I don't think, but I need at least Sand Lizard. Well, 70 is nice though. What's Houdini distance-wise? That's a little bit shorter. I'm going to stick with this 100 number. I just want to be a little bit safe. In terms of a rough iron, Amazon can be good for you guys. Aside from that, I think you guys saw me use machete and also had quite a bit of a success here. If you have a relatively weak driver, we're going to, more than anything, be basically intentionally putting it in the rough. I don't really see a feasible, scenario where we don't hit it in the rough. The only alternative that I can think of would be laying up intentionally, maybe for a guardian shot, but to be honest with you, that's going to be a very, very challenging. The longer you get it, the more that the wind's going to play, and I really don't think that it's the greatest strategy. I think you're better off in the rough, in my opinion. I'm just trying to, it'd be nice to figure out a ball where I could, I'm almost half tempted to hit a snowman down here, but at the same time, I don't want to, bring in other scenarios where I could do something, not as good, especially with, power being such a premium, and making sure that you get to certain distances. Might just be smart to just kind of play it the way that I am. In my opinion, this is going to be easier to hold out this way. We're going to, and foremost, let's think of our alternatives. We can put it in that little island fairway, but we can also mess that shot up. So is it worth even risking messing up that shot and making it to where we can't even get to the green on the second shot? And in my opinion, the answer is no. We're better off. Let me make sure. Just wanted to see if my landscape was on. In my opinion, we're better off just going for the green, basically. Just kind of that. It's going to take away all the error. There's going to be nothing that we can do wrong that is going to put us in, a difficult position. And this is kind of a win that I was just mentioning about. So I'm just trying to visualize, at least 10 rings down for sure, but probably more than that. I'm definitely out in the water here somewhere, but I know when I do this mega curl here, it's going to cut back some, so that's why you don't ever see me play more than maybe about 10 rings here, because of the fact that you see the curl that I'm putting on, it's always going to come back towards the fairway. And here you can see, we have the chance of going in that sand over there. It could happen, and that's one of the reasons that we prepare the way that we do. But so here we're going to see firsthand kind of this shot, and in my opinion, it's not worth risking this shot, because if you put it in the rough, you're not getting to the green. So that's one of the biggest reasons that and not to mention, the second shot isn't going to be any easier than mine. It's not. So, in fact, in my opinion, it's going to be a little bit easier to try to hone in on mine, because I don't have to play as much wind. Well, we'll probably have to play, considering they got a Kingmaker on, potentially, you could put a Wind 4 ball on. But there you see, oh, look at that. So, rough. So this just kind of reiterates my point as to why not go this way. And let's see what we got here. So, we didn't get it down nearly as far as last time. You can see that Amazon is going to be, the preferred club. With that being said, though, this isn't out of the question. So I do want you guys to know that, I am going to try to focus on figuring out how much cut spin I need. So you can see this is going to be relatively full. We're going to try to land it back behind the hole, kind of like on this plane. We are going to go relatively full. There's about 5. There's about 7, somewhere in there. And like I said, we are going to go relatively full. Take off a little. There is a pull. But at the very least, we feel comfortable even with the pull there. We're going to easily make sure that even with machete, we're never going to miss that green. I basically drove it as short as I could. Is basically what I'm telling you. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to be shorter than that. And sometimes I might be longer than that. So that's one of the reasons that you see me doing what I'm doing. Of course, you could put on a Nirvana, but the odds of you being able to get it back to the hole, behind the hole, are going to be very, very marginally small. And that's why you see me putting on a machete. I'd rather force it a little bit and give myself the opportunity to bring it back to the hole for a hole out, as opposed to just conceding 100% and saying, you know what, we're just playing for eagle. And you can see kind of what happened to my playing partner here is when you miss that fairway, you basically blindside yourself and make yourself have to pitch in. So obviously, you can pitch in, but let's look at this pitch. It's a max distance pitch on a side wind. I'm assuming, since I'm pretty sure they gave me a replay, that this guy does put this in. Let's think in terms of rings how much we need to go. It's probably at least 10. So there's 5. I'm assuming that he's going to go at least to the 10 mark. There's 10. Holding it over to the side as well. Might be just a tiny bit of an underplay, and it is. So if this is a replay, I'm assuming that both guys birdied it. So you can kind of see what you had. I had a feeling that was an underplay, but at the same time, I thought, they probably gave me a replay, so chances are he probably pitched it in. But there you can see, not able to get that one. So it's something important to keep in mind. And here you can see kind of this division starting to develop a bit. And, we're going to be safe if we shoot the stock round and make nothing. So, that's kind of the goal, is just to, ensure that you don't make any mistakes. So I'm going to, set up my guide accordingly. But we are going to get a little bit more aggressive on this 4th hole. So, I'll see you guys there.